It was bound to happen sooner or later. So we're going to talk about Power Rangers and just how it just everything. We just got to talk about everything. So first things first, the crazy part, which is we got to talk about, and let's see, do I have it? It's somewhere around here. Where is it? I think it's this one. Nope. It's like it's somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. Hold on. It's like, yeah, you need to be a little bit more. It's like, yeah, true, true, true. Hold on. No, no. There you go. That's it. We can't actually fully talk about Power Rangers unless we talk about Super Sentai, which we get to the interesting part of where it's like we have to talk about Kamen Rider. So, Kamen Rider, it stopped in late 1980s, early 90s, and it just paused for a whole decade or 2 decades. I'll make sure I check because apparently the peak that they were like, it's peak. We can't do anymore, which is Kamen Rider R, which was 1988. So it took them 12 years to be like, we can do Kamen Rider again. I have an idea. 12 years. So for Kamen Rider take 12 years off, does that mean that Super Sentai will eventually come back within a decade? Because they had to have a fresh reboot of new ideas. It's like, just look what happened. It went from Kamen Rider Black RX to Kamen Rider Kabuto, and that just sparks a big fat freaking everything. Just look at it today. It's 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 actually healthy. It's been 20 to 25 to 26 years. Kamen Rider is healthy and proud. They just a few years ago celebrated their 50th anniversary, even though it's like it's more your 40th anniversary because you took a break, dude. So you kind of actually make sure that you need to remember you took a break. So it's not the 50th anniversary, it's the 40th anniversary or the 38th anniversary. But either way, it's like it's that was going on with Super Sentai. Is that they need to have a decade of a break for them to actually be like, "And we're better than ever." So does that mean that technically Kamen Rider was a warning sign for Super Sentai? Now, Super Sentai got so big, at least they made it to their 50th anniversary with non-stops. But it's like, yeah, if Kamen Rider had to take 12 years off, you're not alarmed that it's like 1988 or 1989. That is when they went down. And y'all guys didn't have anything to say, but hey, we can just keep on going. But it's like they did good. They were doing good. Yeah, just 3 years later, even though technically it was more like one or so years later, Jaime Sabin, which yeah, let me just go back over here right quick because it turns out there's something that you need to know. It turns out that we were saying it wrong after all these years. Someone corrected me. It turns out it's not Saban's entertainment, it's Saban entertainment. That means Jaime Saban's is actually Jaime Saban or Sabine, but I think it's Saban. So we've been saying it wrong all these years. How in the world has it took 30 plus years to find out saying we were saying Saban's entertainment wrong? It was Saban entertainment, Saban entertainment or Saban. No, it's Sabin Entertainment. Either way, we were saying it wrong all these decades. Wow. How did we not get corrected? Good. I don't think you'll hear the beep, so that's good. It's like, how in the world do we not get really corrected on that? That's the crazy part. So, anyways, back to Super Sentai. Because he was sitting there in Japan and it was Saturday, Sunday, and he saw Flashman or Dynaman, whichever one. And then he tried to use Bioman and use Bioman as the pre Power Rangers. It failed, of course. And then his second to third attempt finally came. The third attempt happened. The second attempt, it was close. Then he made Power Rangers, and it's like amazing. Amazing is great. And you need to note that he had a good relationships with Toei. He had a good relationship with him. So good that in season 2 of episode 5 of Abakiba Ranger, they actually gave him a freaking shout out in secret. It's like it's funny because they were like, oh no, the Power Rangers came first and Super Sentai came second, and well, they recognized Mighty Morphin all the way to Wild Force. They didn't notice Mighty Morphin all the way to RPM. That's the funny part. It was like they said, Saban, it's awesome. Disney, go f yourself. And it's like, wow. He's like, yeah, it's like that's amazing, isn't it? That is amazing that they really dislike Disney, even though they secretly had a secret deal with Disney. But it seems that maybe, which it gets very clouded of where it's like they were about to, but something happened, or Disney wanted something and Ben Toei was like no, or they both were together in this, but then the last minute Toei's like up yours. We don't know what happened to the deal. All we know is that the deal led to Miraculous because Zag Entertainment was doing all that. For all we know, they might have a pilot ready. And Zag did all that work just for it to just go. So it gets very laughable where it's like, and I think they might have actually caused a relationship between Toei and Zag. This whole entire thing, thanks to Disney. And it's kind of funny where it's like, and Disney got Miraculous. It's like, what the frick? What the frick? It's like, yeah, it's like that freaking talks against the three with the three led to the other two actually have a better deal, allegedly. And then the other two created Miraculous, and Miraculous was going good for season one and season two and season three, I think, like season two and three. Disney was like, oh, y'all guys got something cool. Nickelodeon's an idiot, but yeah. Uh, I don't know. I don't know, Jamie. We'll see. Yeah, that's all I can tell you is we'll see. But it's amazing that they just straight up basically did. It's like Nickelodeon's an idiot, by the way. It's like, yeah, Nickelodeon eventually got Power Rangers, and they treated Power Rangers the same way they treated Miraculous. And look at it, Miraculous at season 6. What does? Hold on, let me do something right quick. I'm gonna see what Nickelodeon has right now. SpongeBob. That's all they have. This is Sunday. I'm doing this, of course. It's like SpongeBob. Y'all guys have freaking SpongeBob. Do you have anything else than SpongeBob, you morons? Do you have anything else than SpongeBob? I just need to know. Do you have anything else than SpongeBob? The Patrick So, Paw Patrol, Mr. Croc. So basically, we're gonna say to no. They even had the turtles, and I'm shocked they didn't try to do superhero time, and they didn't. They basically just was stupid. Yeah, they could have zero. They could have superhero time for like at least like 2 hours. But here we are. Basically, it's like no. But it gets very crazy if you actually look into it because the later years when Saban's got Saban got Power Rangers back. He was able within a few years to be in talks with Toei, and together they actually made the series Q Ranger. He had some inputs. So it's like if he had some inputs and they were buddy buddy back then, how in the world because like Power Rangers 2000, I mean 1994 all the way to 6 years at least 6 years, 6 years of being friends, in quotations, friends. You would actually try to say, well, how in the world? He was grabbing so much. It's weird that he just straight up went for Kamen Rider RX versus if you guys were Buddy Buddy, which I think he did it early. Yeah, he did like in season three, but it's like, but in season two, you were able to get them to make new footage for you. You can't tell me you couldn't actually take a good swing and say, hey, you got this series called Common Rider? Yes, we do. Y'all guys ended in 1989? I mean, 1988 is the last one you have? Yes. Can't we together make one together, man? Come on. Let's brainstorm and get a season of Common Rider of modern day out right now. For some reason, he didn't try. For some reason, he took a big swing. Well, this is not even a big swing. He took a freaking petty swing and he made the crappiest thing I've ever seen, which I'm not going to try to remember that show anymore. And also, rest in peace, Dex, the person who played as Mask Rider. He died like a few years ago. So that means that basically we can just bury this whole entire thing and never mention him ever again. No offense to the actor, but I'm just saying the TV show sucked. That was the weirdest thing that you ever did. You're an idiot. But it would have been cool to actually see if Kabuto could have actually came out in 1997, 1993, 1994. I would say 1995, 1996. If it could have came out earlier, and Saban's was the reason why Kamen Rider came out 4 years early, that would have been cool, wouldn't it? Even though I'm pretty sure it would just be like he had the helm for at least 3 or 4 years, and then Kabuto came out, and then he'll just adapt from Kabuto because they're tired of talking to him. But it would have been kind of interesting where it's like, huh. Anyways, it's just weird that Toei actually liked Saban. They had a decent relationship because they look at it fondly. Like I said, A Keeper Ranger season 2, episode 5. They looked at the relationship very fondly. I wonder if they look at the relationship messed up now. But it's like, no, they don't. They actually teamed up, like I said, and they made Q Ranger. We don't know how much did Saban had in Q Ranger, but they were in talks together. So they basically were brainstorming together for this season. Q Ranger that never became a Power Ranger season. Well, it got the Die Ranger treatment, which all damn. He's like, yes, it's like Hasbro, you fucking moron. Anyways, I don't know if we could ever truly, forgive Saban, forgive him for what he did, which is, again, for those who don't know, I'll continue to rehash because might be still people don't know. You know why Fox Kids is no more? Do you know why Fox Kids went down? It's because freaking Saban over here said, okay, we're going to use the company money and buy the family channel. And that was a bad investment. They shouldn't have done that. You're an idiot. If you wanted to do it, use your own money and then allow the money that's coming from the company to come funnel to you to eventually they'll pay you back. Think of it like a personal loan for the company. So yeah, you're basically in co-owner of the family channel. But at least the good news is that it wouldn't make Fox Kids or Saban Entertainment or any whatever. It wouldn't make it go belly up and just go to the point of where now Disney owns most of the archives. Some of the archives got saved, but other archives is trapped in their dungeon. I mean vault. Because it's like, yeah, Eek the Cat, I don't know if Tasmania Extravaganza. I don't even know if that one is still present. They have the cartoon of the Tick, I think, because you don't see it anywhere else, do you? So they have the Tick. He's still stuck in there. Bobby's World got free. Ned's giant nude got free somehow. Um, Life with Louie is still with freaking Disney, which Louis Anderson did die. Would have been a great idea to release that whole entire series on DVD and Blu-ray to honor his death. Would have been cool. Would have been nice to do. They didn't do it. Like I don't think Street Sharks was there. No, Street Sharks was there. Like Packet Killer Tomatoes. I think they do own that one, and that's why you don't see it anywhere else because it is freaking cheap. It's so cheap that it just continues to be cheap, 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 cheap. But well, Disney has it, and they don't even know they have it. It's like yeah, it sucks. Where it's like you might need to hire someone that compiles all the stuff that you have. And then the ones that you don't really give a crap about, just throw it on Disney Plus. So at least we can see it again. And then, questions and stuff, and then see if people want to get it remastered. So Extravaganza can be remastered, the Terrible Thunder Lizards can be remastered, and etc. etc. And I think they still have freaking damn Mystic Knights of Tildenog. Mother Ducker. It's like, yeah, so it's like they have so many freaking shows. It's like it's not fair that you have those shows. You don't need them. So when Disney got hold of Power Rangers because of what Jaime Saban did, because he's an idiot, it equals to where, yeah, they Toei did not like talking to freaking Disney. They did help them in one season, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe the part of where they were okay with Disney, but when they had to actually get help of doing a season, they said, "Oh, we don't like you." It's like the freaking time they actually help with a season. That's where things collided. Where it's like, oh, they don't like working with you. They don't like working with you at all. It's kind of funny where it's like, oh, so maybe is that what happened? That's why you wanted to cancel Power Rangers more than ever. That's why you wanted to make sure that Jungle Fury most likely wouldn't happen, but it did because Bandai America said, "Ooh, toys," which I'm like, it sucks that they changed their tune weirdly. Bandai America changed their tune freaking weirdly. It's like, yeah, I guess they got scolded, or the fact of where, yeah, many people were just tired of making Power Ranger toys. So they're like, we're going to make Power Ranger toys, we're going to make them extra cheap, and we're just going to pony off freaking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Then after that, we can leave. We can go, we can retire. And it's like, I don't think that's what a toy company's supposed to do in the first damn place. You're supposed to be making money, right? And of course, when Kamen Rider Dragon Knight came, they made crappy toys. Just like the freaking Power Rangers one, because they saw everything as Power Rangers versus, it isn't Power Rangers. It's like Power Rangers, but it isn't because it's Kamen Rider. It's called Kamen Rider, not Power Rangers, Kamen Rider. So it's like, yeah, it gets very, very stupid. Very, 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 very stupid. But Saban tried his best. He was like, I will do some redemption. And I already made a video about that, but I'll still run it down for you. Basically, he bought Power Rangers. He didn't go back to Fox and said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Please give me another chance. I didn't mean to. No, he didn't go to the ones that he wronged. He went to Nickelodeon. What a dumb jerk ass. So he went to Nickelodeon, which we still have to this day not know who did what. Because, like, for some reason, instead of doing 50 episodes or 40 episodes or 45 episodes, y'all guys are cool with doing 20 a year. Which I'm like, I get it. You could make it 30 a year. 30 would have worked. It's like, yeah, I'm fine now. I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, maybe 30 would have worked, but 20 a year and you had to split the freaking season up to two. You know that that's not how the toy line works, right? The toy line spans all the way to 1 year. If you span it to 2 years, you're causing issues to yourself. So I don't know what to tell you besides we don't know if Nickelodeon was like, I have an idea, and they were jerk asses, or it was Saban's idea, or Bandai was like, we can make even extra money, even though it's like, so y'all guys forgot, huh? You've been doing this for so many years that you forgot how the toy line works. Which I'm like, I don't think it was. I don't think it was Bandai America. If I have to really take a big swing, I'm pretty sure it was freaking Nickelodeon who did it because if Nickelodeon had smart ideas, wouldn't Miraculous still be on Nickelodeon? Wouldn't they still have the turtles on their channel? Wouldn't they actually know how to make better superhero shows like, Danger Force could actually have been better? They could have actually allowed the Henry Danger cartoon to work out. They wouldn't be stupid about Danny Phantom, and Danny Phantom would still be playing right now. They don't know how to use superhero shows. They do not know. So that's when it's like, I think it might have been Nickelodeon's fault because they're idiots. Yeah, I'm 100% think it's Nickelodeon fault because for some reason, because Disney decided to say, I'm putting Power Rangers at the very end of the day, like at noon. And I'm like, that was like the jerk move of it all. It's like, dude, just put it like at 8 o'clock. It's like, yeah, but we want them to watch our shows. We want to force them to watch our shows on the ABC Family. Yes. And it's like, your shows were repeats at times, you morons. And sometimes, even crazier, you had stupid gals that made sure that you don't get to see the episodes. Like, you might skip episodes by accident because you didn't know that, oh, we're going to put it on Sunday instead. Or we're going to, it's like, they did some weird crap where I'm like, listen, Power Rangers is very important. You might as well should have just said, before gals, we're going to put Power Rangers on at 8 o'clock. Be done with it. Then now golf. That seems very smart. Silent Nickelodeon did the same way they did. I'm like, you're an idiot. If you put Miraculous and Power Rangers together, that made perfect sense. They're both would have been at 8 o'clock, 8:30. Smart idea. No, they stupid. They kept it at noon like a dumb idiot moron. But it's like you have no hype. You don't have any shows that's very special to your Saturday. Basically, I just do the same thing. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching ABC Kids or Nickelodeon all the way to the end. It's like as soon as the show comes on, I turn it on to the show. It's like there's some who actually will watch Nickelodeon all the way to getting to see the Power Rangers, but many of us who actually are Power Ranger fans will just wait until noon, turn it on the freaking Power Rangers, and then be done with it. And now we can go outside. Even though it's like, dude, you know how many years you would have saved me if you would have just put it on at 8 a damn ass o'clock? And you would have had Power Rangers at 8 o'clock. I would have been able to straight up, you know, kind of. Yeah, I would just say in the later years. Yeah, later years was like, yeah, in the later years because like 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11:30. Sometimes there's not really good shows on anymore. It got to the point where it's like, yeah, it's like you only just had you guys screaming real loud in the top of your lungs, and it's like, dude, just put Power Rangers earlier so I don't have to stay stuck. And it's like, no. And it's like, well, then I basically am just stuck here until freaking 12:30. You guys suck. Really, you do suck. Ugh. I think I did. Oh, yeah. So, the freaking crux of it all. The freaking thing of why all this needs to swarm together. Oh, yeah. Well, Redemption, finish Redemption, then the crux of what reason why I mentioned all this. So for Saban's, he tried to do Redemption, and on the sidelines, he needed a placeholder, so he put it in Nickelodeon, and then he eventually got Vortex started. The dumb move that he chose is getting a freaking cheap ass jerk to run it. He got the guy from Toonsight who did cheap stuff. He did cheap. So first he gave him a lot of money. They got Iron Man Adventures. They got Transformers Prime. They had they had some good freaking shows. They got some good shows. And it was great. For the first years, I great. Even Power Rangers was on at 8 a.m., but it was Power Rangers like Lost Galaxy, which I will say I was kind of nice having that. But the messed up part is that you didn't cash in on it. And that's weird. It's like, dude, you didn't cash in on it? The only thing by coincidence, they did have the red Wild Force Ranger figure out because of, the anniversary. However, it would have been great to have the Zord Builder Megazord of the Lost Galaxy Megazord. They did get the Megazord out in 6 or 7 years later. It was like, yeah, with the VHS tapes, which is like, you're too little too late. You would start the VHS tapes like, oh yeah, that was Hasbro by mistake. Forget it. Forget it. That doesn't even count. That was Hasbro who did it. It was like, you could have done it though. You could have done it. You could have just gave us a line of Rangers. That would have been cool. It's like, whoa, did they do? No, they didn't do Lost Galaxy at all. Yeah, they didn't even do Lost Galaxy. We're just like, well, then he should have picked one that they did have out, like maybe Power Rangers in Space. But it's like, yeah, but Lost Galaxy had no ties to Angel Grove technically, to where it's like that was kind of the safe one to go for. Yeah, but it would have been nice for you to actually get something for it, toys, Megazords. You're missing out. I get it. You were focused on, at this point, it was Megaforce. He was focused on Megaforce. And it was like, oh, well, they weren't really at their prime yet. They were still at the freaking, let's make cheap toys for, it's like, yeah, like we made cheap models. The toys are a little bit smaller because screw you. Hey, Richard. And that's just the messed up part is like no matter what you do you're gonna get screwed because they're not at their prime yet, they're not getting back to where they used to be. It took them the year later for them to finally get back to a good thing. Hey, Richard, it's like, yeah, they finally got back to a decent part. Yeah, but it's still kind of weird where it's like they were still happy to let go of everything and just leave. It's like, yeah, it's like within like a few years, they're able to like, we're done? We're done now? Oh, thank goodness, we're free. Oh, thank goodness. And it's like, but it's weird that if you're watching MMPR Toys when they did visit Bandai America, like some was like within that years, like when Dino Charge came out, you can see that they were very enthusiastic and everything. So it's like, so were they actually playing us? Were they playing us up? Basically act like they were really invested in it, but then they just came back and said, ah, fuck you. It's like, yeah, because like, look at the Gold Ranger. The Gold Ranger turned to a Butterscotch Ranger, and they're like, oh, the upper head said, no, the paint wasn't good enough. The paint's too much. Go cheaper. It's like, what if they just played us like a fool? What if it turns out that they just had that model just to make sure that everyone's like, hey, they care about us? But it turns out that they are still begrudgingly making toys. They all wanted to leave Bandai America. They all wanted Bandai America to crumble and go, and it's no more. I still don't know. It's going to be a someday thing where it's like, yeah, if I can get someone who actually was a part of Bandai America and they can spill the beans, it'll be great to hear what everything happened during that last few years of Bandai America. It'll be great to find out. But for right now, it's kind of like, it's still, who knows? Maybe someone did it, but no one actually brought it to attention. They just put it on their channel, but didn't even do anything to tell us that they found the answers. Maybe I should type it in, but I doubt I'll find anything. So he basically made Vortex, and then after he made Vortex, he actually tried. He tried, and the it was so close. If he had one extra year, he was able to bring the Power Rangers mixed with Q Ranger over there to Vortex, and then that's what's going to save everything. That's what's going to help Power Rangers. They doesn't have to freaking bow down to freaking freaking Nickelodeon anymore. He would have been good, but sadly, it crumbled before his very eyes. That's because you doubt the dumb idiot that you chose be cheap. You shouldn't have allowed him to be cheap. You shouldn't have got this stupid idiot. He was being cheap. He was running as if it's Toon's Eye 2.0 in secret. He brought Sonic X back. What the hell? He brought Nuts and Bolts, and Nuts and Bolts is like a few years old, and practically you could watch it all on YouTube. Yes, the show that you got is on YouTube. You idiot. Someone could easily watch it. You should have been a freaking vulture, man. You should have been a vulture. You should have noticed that Young Justice went down, Green Lantern the animated series went down. You scooped those up and put them on freaking Vortex. That's what you should have done. That's what you should have done. You could have grabbed those and said, fuck y'all, we're making a deal with them. Screw you, Hasbro. We can fund the shit. And bam! There you go. There you go. It's like, yeah, Hasbro still has the money to make the freaking action figures, but since the action figures is not doing crap, well, we'll figure out some other way to get money out of it. But the best idea is for this freaking place to stay afloat. You need this channel to stay afloat. Well, kids block to stay afloat, and that would have been great. And then when y'all guys were like, "Oh, beware the Batman, screw him," you would have scooped that one up, got it to season two. Here we go. Because what did you have? You had Justice League Unlimited, a DC show. You had DC and Marvel both at the same freaking place. So you could have actually saved those three shows, and that would have actually helped you in the long haul of keeping people watching. But he went cheap. I'll even look. I'm gonna look right now. Yeah, 2 years. It lasted for freaking 2 years. Excuse me. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Okay, so let's see. Blah. Oh yeah, so Four Kids Entertainment did get actually, yeah, it got bankruptcy. It's like, ouch, man, that's horrible. It's like, yeah, after all that, they kept it. Yeah, but let me just see the program. So let's see. He brought no Cubics, and Cubics was just there. Yeah, Sonic X. Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah. You see, for some reason you did bring Cubics over there. Oh, I don't remember you bringing Rescue Heroes back. I knew Adventures of Nano Boy. That didn't actually stay. See, here it is. Bolts and Blip. Chuck and Friends. Who cares about you? Spectacular Spider-Man. That was a great idea. That was a good idea. That was good. It looks like for a Power Ranger, it only lasted for 1 year. Weird. Well, not even 1 year. It lasted for half a year. He did bring Dragon Ball Z Kai, which awesome, and Digimon Fusion, which that was awesome too, and beat him on Crossfire and whatever. That didn't last long. It's like, yep, made sense, made sense, uh, made sense. But as you can see, it's like dude went cheap. He went cheap. Rescue Heroes. Like really? At least they got Digimon. Yeah, he gloated about having Digimon. He gloated on that one. Hmm. Uh, what reason why I mentioned all that stuff is that when it comes to Power Rangers, apparently Power Rangers was also on the ticking clock because once Super Tensai, once Super Sentai is gone, then Power Rangers would technically be gone unless they're gonna have to start making their own ideas. Or basically do what, Sabine did a long time ago. He tried to find another freaking alternative that he could actually do, which was Mystic Knights of Tilda Nog, which did pretty good. I wish you make a remaster of that. But who got it? Disney. Mother Ducker. We'll never see a freaking series of that. We'll never see a release of that. We'll never see it. And I'm like, saving out of saving Power Rangers, you don't want to save Mystic Knights too? Mystic Knights was 100% kind of your plan, and you're just going to leave it over there? Seriously? You're going to leave it over there? I think he freed Beetleborgs, though. I think he freed Beetleborgs. I think he freed VR Troopers. Those guys got freed, but I'm pretty sure VR Troopers were never a part of Fox. So I think they never actually got trapped by Disney. They were on UPN from what I can tell. Just like Super Samurai Cyber Squad, that was not even Saban's either. And I'm like, seriously, that wasn't him? It's like, nope. It's like, wow. I wish that was him. And then you trade him for getting the Masked Rider. That would have been great. That would have been great. It's like, yeah, but would he actually damage it just like he did that other show? It's like, oh dear. It's like, yeah, but he didn't damage. Like, Beetleborgs was very, very good. VR Troopers was weird with a talking dog, but it was okay. I don't know. But anyways, the thing is that apparently it was a ticking clock because when Power Rangers went down the first time, like officially went down, which was thank Go Launcher, aka RPM. I see they were like on 35th, so they had 15 years. They had 15 years to actually keep going with this. And what they do, they decide to slow it down, which in a way might have been a smart move, but however, it was a dumb move as well. I mean, you're not gonna really do anything if, you know. because it's like, what? You're just gonna delay it to make it 30 years later. You'll have to deal with this thing. And he wanted to skip, and he did skip. Yeah, eventually he did get to skip. He skipped freaking Tokuger, which was the dumbest move known to man. Oh, the action figures won't do well. It's like, oh, you care about action figures now, man? You care about action figures now. Well, not really. I think he cared about the freaking Megazord, but it's like, oh, you care now. Where was that care when Lost Galaxy was on TV? Hmm? I would have bought the Zord Builder freaking Megazord of that. I hate Zord Builder, but I would have bought it because at least I would be like, hey, hey, hey. It's like, yeah, I would be happy of that, but you didn't do shit. Except for, having the Red Ranger, but that was because it was anniversary. So it was like, yeah, that was a horrible idea. Skipping on Tokuger. He skipped on Go Busters, which eventually came into Beast Morphers, which again, that was a dumb move, but well, Hasbro does know how to transform toys. The only messed up part is they did skip the Beast King Megazord. He was going to be a lion, a Megazord, and he would be a motorcycle. Badass. Yeah, apparently the ones who are actually are Transformers and know how to do triple changers, they were scared of it. That would be funny that Hasbro listen to this and they're like, we're scared of it. We won't scare it. It's like, oh, then where is it? Where is it, huh? You were supposed to release it. Where the hell was it? Hmm? You gave us the Cracker Jack version of it, the freaking Nutcracker version, but where's the real one? I think you're scared. You didn't even need to put electronics in it, which would have been better if you put electronics in, but still, you were scared. Just admit it. You're scared. You're scared. So within the 15 years, they had lots of stuff that they had to deal with. Lots of stuff. But eventually, the sad part is that there's two of them that they had to skip no matter what, which was Don Brothers and Zenkaiger. I'm pretty sure you could do Zenkaiger, but it's gonna be some hard freaking stuff that you have to deal with. Hard stuff you got to deal with. But it would be maybe interesting, but it'll be hard to deal with because they're not even Ranger forms. Those are actually like some pseudo Megazord Ranger forms, which I'm like, and I was hoping that their Mega forms, like they would actually all get power ups, and I'm like, and now they look Ranger esque, and I was like, about time. But it's like, nope, 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 nope. Only the main Ranger gets to have the power up, and also, of course, the Six Ranger too. It's like, oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Um, but the crazy part is like the writing was on the wall even if we continue down the path. If Saban didn't fucked up, or say Saban didn't fucked up, he didn't buy the family channel. The only messed up part is like we might have until 2006, allegedly. But it's like, yeah, but Disney did ABC Kids all the way to Power Rangers got exchanged, which was in 2011. So practically, I think they would have been able to make it all the way until the acquisition of Fox, which, let me see, was it 2016? 2019. Oh, 2019. 2017, 2019. So 2019. So that means like 7 years, which means at that point, Disney would 100% maybe kick them out. Being like, yeah, you're not going to have a freaking thing here. You can get out of here. But it would be interesting where it's like, perhaps he kind of saw the writing on the wall and he prepared Vortex. It's like, yeah, it's like same exact like timeline. So as Vortex happened, and then Four Kids went crumbled, he's like, oh, then I can go to this one over here and say peace out to freaking Fox because Fox can get bought by Disney. So they actually switched there in 2014, and I think they might have been maybe healthy, maybe, but it's like it's Fox Kids. Well, it can't even be called Fox Kids anymore. It's like, oh dang. Yeah, so I guess it will be turned into Vortex, but it's formerly known as Fox Kids. You know, so it's like then it would be new, but would people already understand what's going on here? I don't know if they would actually understand it. But I would just say that the thing is that even King Olger, which one dude was like, "Did you know that there were bug Power Rangers?" Is like, did you know that they would not be able to actually do that? It's like Saban's most likely, if he had control of Power Rangers and he never lost control, then it would equal to where he wouldn't do it. I don't know if he would do it or not. I don't know. I would think maybe because he did shake hands with them. So he did shake hands with Toei. So for all we know, they might have actually been nice enough to be like, okay, here's how to do this. Here it is. We got all the sets for you. Here you go. Or whatever you're gonna try to figure out, we can try to get with you and help you with this. That's the funny part where it's like, oh, they could actually help him out with this versus Disney having it. It's like Disney already canceled it, so they're not even in the running. But as for Hasbro, Hasbro 100% would not do King Ultra because that would have cost a lot of freaking money. It's like, yeah, that would cost a lot of money, and they already like the idea of let's do 20 episodes, like each. And it's like, yeah, you're an idiot. But I'm pretty sure it would cost a lot of money because they did that. The most cinematic version of Power Rangers of Super Sentai is that one. That would have cost a lot of money, I believe, to do that season. So they would most likely say no. But I love to see Don Brothers be actually made into Power Rangers. Kinda. Only because of how the Pink Ranger and Black Ranger mix. Which I'm not even sure. Would they actually allow the Pink Ranger still be a dude? That I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, to end it all, I would just say this. Power Rangers would be somewhat doomed without Super Sentai. To continue Power Rangers without Toei, without anything, it's a risky move, and I'm pretty sure you most likely will fall. My best choice in the matter is to make something new. Armor Swords is trying to freaking take up what you left behind within your 3 years of being stupid. Y'all guys should have kept on adapting. And since you're on Netflix, you should allow it to be many episodes as can be possible without having to, you know, be like, oh man, it's hard to translate into the English audience or people around the world. You should have just allowed it to be on pilot mode, but have Cat Lady Algent still be around. That would have been also a messed up freaking move too. Simon might have been okay, but Simon allowed those two to do whatever they want, so that's kind of the worst part. So it's like I kind of respect them, but I kind of dislike the fact that you didn't fire them as soon as you could, because you should have fired those two and get some good writers in here. It's like, well, they did good with Beast Morphers. Yeah, but did you really have to still have the comic relief in it? And it's funny that Jayborg is called Jane now. That's kind of funny. It's like, yep. Like, thank you for someone who actually linked that information. But it still is like they just needed to go. You just need to have some fresh breath air. It's like, yeah, it's like I would say since you're on Netflix, allow it to be a little bit more, adult then. Freak it. Allow it to be more adult. Do Tokuger finally. Do a revamped version of freaking Megaforce. Do it the way I told you to do it. I know that sounds horrible, but it's like if you would do it the way I told you to do it, it would be truly cinema. And of course, if Netflix allow you, maybe go crazy enough and do King Older because you have Netflix backing you though. So maybe they'll pay for the cinematic part, but I doubt it. So as Power Rangers truly was doomed from the get go, I would say not necessarily, but if they knew that the ride was coming to an end, they would be able to brace for impact. I mean, Saban's braced for impact. Disney was like, let the motherfucker burn. We already stopped it. Now we're just using all the skate pods to get lots of money. As for Hasbro just decided to go into a shut room and stay in the room for 3 years, having a horrid meltdown. And even when they tried to say, hey, why don't we just do 20 episodes, not 10, you had a serious meltdown and said, no, no, you're not getting 10. You're not getting 20. No, 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 no. It's like they were having a serious meltdown. They were having a serious meltdown. For some reason, they decided to make the suits that are completely stupid and crap and trash. Which I'm like, well, then y'all guys have no business trying to make your own Power Rangers. You have no business making it. It's like even the ones who actually made Super Sentai, they were actually stuck. They even took a kid's design, and apparently the kid was good at design. You might as well just allow kids to draw their own Power Rangers and see what, suit they can come up with. That would have been a better idea than your stupid ass. And you freaking hired this new woman, which good luck for you. No idea if she could actually do it. It's like, I think you need a Power Ranger fan to make designs for you. That's what you really need to have. You need a Power Ranger fan who likes to make his own freaking designs. Would I be the one? No. I made like two designs, but they all are just nothing but primitive. 100% primitive. You need someone who actually knows how to make a Power Ranger suit. If you know how to make a design of a Power Ranger suit, you got magic. Yes, all that's left now is just figuring out what the Megazords are going to look like, and good luck with that. What the monster is going to look like, what's their story, or their story first, then what's the monster's going to look like. Then you have a good everything that you need to make a Power Ranger season. Will Hasbro be able to make it? I kind of doubt it. I 100% doubt it because it's taking them 3 years to do what these guys are able to do within one fucking year. Like when they actually made the launch and did the previous season, they're on the next season. They're on the recent season. The season that is being filmed now is already done. They're on the newest season. They're on the next season. And that's taking less than a few months to a year. Y'all guys are taking 3 years. Case closed. Case closed.